bullets and I can tap out Beethoven's Ode to Joy on your vocal cords. I'll be speaking in rhythm, I'll be moving in rhyme, I'll be Father Time backing on Mother Nature just to get a first-hand account of the Big Bang. And I'll be pushing your belly to launch all of the I love yous. And I'm thinking right now out into orbit because there's not enough room here on Earth. And for what it's worth, I've thrown comets to crack open the shells of crab nebulas, churn the Milky Way for butter and a sauce to drive me to existence. And I did all that for you. I have hired army ants who are willing to give up war just to make you a mansion out of fallen leaves. And I've got a million more ways to say I love you hidden up my sleeves. They're all on my list. It's a really long list, made up of ways to say you are so beautiful, your hair tells the wind how to hold it, and God, he'd offer you a soul if he hadn't already sold it for the blueprint of your smile. I've seen fantasy making out with reality, possibility hanging out with opportunity, all of it happening at the crossroad of common sense and circumstance, while fortune, fate, luck, and chance sit on the curb, curling up with question marks resembling all the queries I can't quite recall. Where is asking what when all this started? Why is asking where, why I couldn't see this sooner. Who keeps touching who, and how is asking who what it is I'm supposed to remember? I'll figure it out. It's on my list. And I don't mean to suggest I'm going to love you the best. I don't mean to turn everything I do wrong into song because my life is a lot like this poem. I make most of it up as I go along. And I'm happy with the way things are today, but I don't have a crystal ball, so as far as the future, tomorrow, I really can't say. Sometimes I turn around to make sure I've got it yesterday. But believe me when I tell you I want my hands to map out the landscape of your thighs and discover the geography of your beauty like a pair of archaeologists digging past the doubt tubes where secrets are whispering secrets until all the skeletons in our closet come out to dance with one another. And all the mistakes we make, all the questions we weigh above the instants when the years begin to fade, when we reach the speed of light and lose sight of what's wrong and what's right, until all that remains is the moment, and the moment becomes infinite, everything discovered outside is stuff within, we'll move at a million hours a mile just to stop. Now, hold that thought. My heart has just enough strength to bend open the bars of my ribcage and tumble out towards you, looking like the answer to an unasked question. You can't have everything on your list, and that's okay, because you aren't on any of mine. You're the reason I wrote. And like those harmonicas, that works out fine, because there's going to come a time when my words fail, and I'll have to throw my list away. Put down my pen, and love you a list of all the things I don't know how to say. Stay. That's what mothers say when their sons and daughters come. They say stay. But my mother said go. So I wasn't there the night she fell out of her wheelchair so frustrated that she amputated her own legs. Or rather tried to with a steak knife. Her life leaking out onto the white floor, blossoming like roses in the snow. Our relationship was an anthem composed of words like, gotta go. So we went, and sent our regards on postcards from the places we'd been, full of stories of all the things we'd seen. That's how it was with me. Why say goodbye when we could still write, but then it took your hands. We should have practiced our goodbyes, because then it took your eyes and I was stuck somewhere in the middle of nowhere watching the sunrise over stop sign placed on the center line of a highway filled with sudden turns for the worse. Running back home because I got a clean nurse, got to figure out which pill alleviates which pain, which part of your brain was being used as a boxing bag as your body became a never-ending game of freeze tag taking place in an empty playground. I was left looking for your limbs in a lost and found, and I couldn't set you free. So we just sat there. Our heads bent toward each other like flowers in the small hours of the morning, while light wandered in like a warning. Time's passing, and you right along with it, bit by bit, every day. And all I could say is if I could, I would write you some way out of this, but my gift is useless, and you said no. Write me a poem to make me happy. make love to our cancers, while my mother just motions to a bottle full of answers and says, "Oh, you go." And now I know something of how a piano must feel when it looks toward the fireplace to see sheet music being used for kindling. Smoke signaling the end of some song I thought it would take too long to learn. Now I just sit here watching you burn away all those notes I never had a chance to play, to hear the music of what you had to say. And I count out the pills just to see if I can do it, and I can't even get halfway through it before I turn back into your son and say, "Stay." I could hook up my heart to your ears and let my tears be your morphine drip, because maybe it's easier to watch you slip away than it is to say goodbye. Hold my breath. Because in the countdown to death, the question of why melts into when. How much time do we have left? Because if I knew what I know now then, move, pet, move, write me a mountain! Because headstones aren't big enough. My mother says stop. Right in home to